everybody. The Real Talk Sports Show is live. Once again, we are out in the middle of it. We are at a networking event down here. It's the Atlanta Film Society, and we are here at Manuel's Tavern right here in the Highlands. And you can see behind me here, we're right in the building. And we're very thankful to those of you who are joining us here and watching on any platform you can. All right. Anytime that we have our sports show, you know that we must have one of the most beautiful women on sports talk radio or TV. The one and only Tree Dolman, the queen, is in the building. Welcome back.
Jonathan. Hi, everybody at home.
What's going on? Of course, anytime you have a queen, you must also have a champion. Two-time Super Bowl champion and a member of the Fort Valley State Sports Hall of Fame. The one and only Mr. Tyrone Poole is in the building. Tyrone, what's going on, sir?
How we doing, everyone? Hello, Miss Tree. Hello, Reverend, and everybody listening and watching. We got a birthday to celebrate, man.
What you talking about? What you talking about? Bam! That's right, boys and girls. It is the Queen's birthday. How about that?
Hey, thank you both.
We got to sing it. Here we go. Come on.
Hang on a second. I got to make a little adjustment.
We're going to do the one with the
I can set my water. Hold on.
That's what we're going to sing now, so we all be on the chord.
Which one you going to do? You going to do the Stevie Wonder one?
Yeah, we're going to do Stevie Wonder. So everybody who's listening and watching, you're going to come on and let's sing it with us. Let's pump it up. It's birthday.
Okay, let's go to one. You 3, 2, and 1. You're going to do the count. Go ahead, Tyrone. We wait for you. Go ahead. 3,
2, 1. Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
That's what I'm talking about, boys and girls. Happy
Thank
birthday
you so much.
to the Queen. So tell us, Tree, what did you do anything special today? I know kind of like it's, you're busy, you're an entrepreneur, doing a lot of things, but tell us how you're feeling on this happy birthday.
I'm trying not to get emotional because, I thank God for blessing me with another wonderful year. It's still really difficult not having the love of my life here with me on my birthday. And it's just tough, but it's been a really nice birthday. And my husband's second mom took me to lunch today, and that was really sweet. And I've just had so many people reaching out and just so many people being thoughtful. So I feel so loved and my heart is really full. So thank you.
Well, hopefully you feel the love from your two co-hosts.
I do.
Your brothers in the Lord.
Jonathan
We appreciate
you.
That's right.
Send those love waves. Hey, love.
Thank you. Hugs.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, so we actually are definitely appreciative. Let's go here to social media here, and let's see what we got on social media. I'm going to take this down here. This is happy birthday to the Queen. We'll go to social media. And, of course, your man, Mr. Todd, says, happy birthday, Tree.
Thank you, Todd.
And our man, we call him the offense coordinator, our assistant coach, Mr. H.C. Hardy from K&G Superstores. He also says, happy birthday to the Queen, baby.
Thank you. Hey, H.C. Hardy.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody that really has joined in on the broadcast. We are going to keep it short to 9 o'clock because we want the Queen to kind of enjoy the rest of her night. But we appreciate all those of you here on social media checking us out here on the Real Talk Sports Show. As I said, man, we are just having a good time. I figured since I couldn't bring her down, Tyrone, and you two guys down, so I'm going to go to the tavern myself, Manuel's Tavern, and hang out. We're going to celebrate a little bit. I'm actually killing two birds with one stone. The Atlanta Film Society is doing a networking event here as well. So don't be surprised if some producers or directors or somebody come in. Who knows? They might pick up the Real Talk Sports Show. Oh, sookie now. Wouldn't that be something right there? Well, yeah, so again, we're very appreciative to you. And like I said, I hope the Lord blesses you with many, many, many more.
Thank you so much.
Tyrone went back to the regular background. He hit us with that bling last week. I almost went blind. I said, Dad, go on, man. I'm gonna get
hey, check this out right here now. This who coming to town.
Oh, let me get the close up.
This one
Bam.
coming to town.
Okay.
This one coming to
Patriots.
town Sunday now. All right.
Wow.
It was-
Now listen, Tyrone, don't you mess around and go down there because you know Belichick
I
might
know.
spot you in the crowd doing grab. You better be careful.
Hey,
He gets
that-
back on the field. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Number
right there.
38.
There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
Yeah.
My man, Tyrone Poole. Yes, indeed. Well, man, listen, we're gonna get the topic of that a little bit later on in the broadcast to talk about, do the Falcons have a chance to beat your former team, the Patriots? We don't know. Dio Leonard Ledbetter is gonna come in about the 8:45 hour, so we can talk a little football and also talk about our Falcons. Do they have any shot at all to get in here and beat those Patriots? Of course, we're also going to talk about the Atlanta Hawks, and we're also going to talk about the NFL, the return of Superman back onto the field as well. Let's go to social media. Our man Todd said he ain't gonna wait till football time. He's gonna get to it right there. He said Matt Ryan is going to kill those
All right, so
Patriots,
Todd-
Tyrone.
Oh,
LOL.
Todd
Wow.
Levin. So Todd Levin, Matt Ryan again.
Yeah, I mean,
Todd
I
Levin
don't know.
again.
You know how he is, bro. You already know he kind of wavers back and forth. You know, one day he's with him, next day he's not. So I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just glad he's not hating on the dude today. I mean, I'm just glad he's showing a little bit of love. I don't know what to tell you on that. Well, you know, one of the things that has been going on is obviously in the world of sports, the Hawks are back. We're going to have our buddy on, you know, our good buddy, the basketball savant, will be joining us at about the 8:15 hour to talk about that. And also, Tyrone, your favorite time of the year is high school football playoffs are going on. Playoffs? Yes, playoffs are happening right now for the high school kids. And so we're going to give some shout outs to some teams down in South Metro that pulled off some first round victories. And also we want to give some kudos to teams that at least made the playoffs, even though they had to go see you after the first round. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Anything that you guys got on the table, we're going to freewheel it tonight since it's the birthday for the Queen. Tyrone, anything that you kind of popped in your mind and you saw and said, hey, I think we did talk about that.
No, you know, since we talking about the birthday thing, you know, I'm like, you know, it's always, well, there are really two birthdays really that you celebrate. Maybe three. Your 16th birthday. 18th, I'm kind of throwing the 18th, you kind of become legal, you know, a little bit. And then your 21st birthday. And then after that, I think people start forgetting about the birthdays.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, maybe the 25th. Maybe the 25th. I think a lot of people get stuck on 25. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna ask you, Jonathan, what do you remember from your 16th birthday and your 18th birthday and your 21st birthday?
Okay, well, you see, first of all, Tyrone knows that I'm the oldest man in the room. So I got to go in the Wayback Machine to go to 16. I'm talking like I got to go like Back to the Future to try to remember 16, because that was over 4 decades ago. That'd be a long time. Some of y'all weren't even born. But anyway, at age 16, I don't know. I think I might have been working my first like part-time job, I think. 18 was a little interesting. That was a day of love. I got a surprise birthday party, and within about a couple of weeks of that, I actually had like my first high school girlfriend. That kind of sounds strange at 18, but I kind of was like, you know, I was like one of those guys. They used to call me a Michelin man. So really, the women weren't really that interested in me back in the high school days. But at 18, as a senior, a young lady said, "You my guy," and so we kind of dated for a while, actually about a year or so. So that was my excitement on the 18th birthday, and after that, they all kind of a blur.
They the blurry. You just don't want to give us no content. That's why it becoming blurry. You don't want to talk about it now. I know that 21st birthday now. I know you did. Come on now. Hey, minister, you are forgiven.
Yes.
You are forgiven. The blood has cleansed you.
Yeah, that's true. But we don't need to get to all that information. I mean, that might be too much for our audience. You know, we try to keep everything on the level here. So I don't want anybody to. Yeah, it is, because even though the Lord has forgotten, you tell a wrong person, think, "Oh, for real, the preacher did that." So I can't do no true confession tonight. But Thanks for asking, Tyrone. Good looking out. Now, how about you? Since you done put me on blast, how would you remember for your 16th and your 18th, sir?
Well,
I'll put the full camera on you too. Bam.
Yeah, I guess my 16th birthday really, it was just around the family. I remember around the family. Of course, I grew up on that side of the tracks where, every month, every first of the month, the refrigerator was full. And about halfway during the month, you start to see nobody but the almond baking soda man up in there. And at the end of the month, you didn't see nothing but ice trays, in the refrigerator. But it was around family. I know that for sure. My 18th birthday, I think I was just happy to just call myself legal, being able to vote for the first time and everything like that. My life is really not exciting, to be honest with you, man. I was strictly sports. I didn't have my first girlfriend until really I got to college. And that only lasted for about a couple of years. And then my 21st birthday, it's only lasted a couple of years because I'm telling you, I was strictly sports. You ask anybody who went to Fort Valley during the time that I was at Fort Valley, they will tell you it was 4 places that you would find Tyrone. You're going to either find me in my dormitory, you're going to find me in the cafeteria, in the weight room, or on the football field / track working out. And that's how I tell people that's how I did it. But my 21st birthday, of course, the girl that I was dating in college, we kind of spit that together and everything like that. So I'm like you, the rest is kind of like classified. So, but I did blow out some candles each birthday. So I can say that. So it was good. It was good. And then the rest of them, I kind of go, I think I'm still stuck on 25. So, I'm still 25. I'll be 25 until I take my last breath.
Wow. Well, I'm going to go to lovely Ms. Dolman. Kind of what do you remember from 16 and 18 for you, ma'am?
I'll be honest. So my 16th birthday was not the greatest birthday. I think my mom threw me a birthday party and we rented out a skating rink. I would do that for a lot of my birthdays. So in my family, we were big on birthdays. 18th birthday, I was in college. I don't really remember much about that. I was just, I'm 18. But I already felt like I was already on my own anyway. So I already felt grown. And then 21st birthday, I will never forget my 21st birthday because anybody who knows me knows that I do not drink. All of my friends in college know and knew that I did not drink. And on my 21st birthday, a couple of the friends that joined me, we went out to eat at Toots restaurant, and they kept trying to get me to purchase a drink. And I kept telling them, no, I'm not purchasing a drink. And they said, I was like, that's pointless. I don't drink. So why would I buy a drink? Just because you can. And I was like, yeah, I don't need to buy a drink just because I'm 21. No, I'm not going to buy a drink. And they kept trying to get me to buy a drink. So I'll never forget that because it was really bothering me that they kept trying to get me to buy a drink. And of course, anyone who knows me, if I say I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to do it. I don't fall under peer pressure. So I never bought a drink, but I had a fun 21st birthday. And that's the main thing I remember about it. And then 25, I was just excited because I think it's 25 or 26 where the price is lower if you rent cars when you go out of town and things of that nature. But yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, that's it seems like all of us had pretty innocuous your early birthdays, which is good. That's probably why we're still here. That we weren't out here, ripping and running, causing no trouble. So we thank God for each and every one of those birthdays, and we all hope to have many, many more. Well, listen, we'll take a quick little break. We're back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show. Don't go nowhere. We're here live from Manuel's Tavern on the Virginia Highlands in downtown, I should say Midtown Atlanta. We'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show in just a moment.
Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our #1 priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net. The day has arrived. It's time to let more people know about your business. You have the right marketing plan and the messaging in place. But do you have the right messenger? Good advertising and promotions need a professional sound so the message can be clearly understood. Don't leave your brand image to chance. Let our team of voiceover experts at CME lend you a hand. Give us a call at 678-304-8121 to find out how we can partner with you to give your business its voice. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Real Talk Sports Show, and we are back here on the scene, out and about in the world of just stuff. We're having a good time celebrating the Queen's birthday. That's right. It is our own birthday. We thank God for that. So I said, look, I'm going to do a virtual thing for her. She couldn't come to Manuel's Tavern. So I said, I'm going to come out and hang out. I'm going to eat a little food for her. I'll see if they can serve me some birthday cake. I'm going to do the whole thing. And I left Tyrone home because he'd probably make fun of me and say my food's cold. So I him.
Come on, man. Let it go, man. You worse than Atlanta Falcons.
Man, no, I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm not letting it go. No, I'm not
going to say this. I'm going to tell you to let that go from last week, just like you tell the Atlanta Falcons fans when the Patriots come to town, let that Super Bowl go. Let the Super Bowl go. Let it go. And let's just work with what we got now. So, Jonathan,
okay.
Let it go, man.
I'm about to mute your mic. You're doing too much right now. That's it. You'll throw shade on me. You'll talk about the Patriots. That's it. All right. I'm going to invite someone else to the party. This young man is known all around this country now as one of the best basketball analysts in the game. He's featured here on our own 92.9 The Game here in Atlanta. We call him our own basketball savant. Mr. Deshaun Tate is in the building. What's up? What's up?
I appreciate you guys for having me, man. Per usual, you said traveling around the country known as the basketball guru and this and that. You might have oversold it a little bit, but I do appreciate it. Happy birthday. And you know it's a big occasion for nobody else except for Tree, especially the fact we already know what kind of fan she is. So it's got to be a special moment because I've been ripping and running all day. I just came from getting some dinner, some hot wings. They sitting over there getting cold, and I'm still in my work clothes. So listen, it got to be a special occasion. Tree, happy birthday to you. From me and mine to you and yours, Brother Pooh, Rev, I appreciate you guys for bringing me on. What's happening?
Thank you so much, Deshaun.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Listen, I didn't even find no time to shave, if you can't tell. So you know I've been humping and grinding.
Look, man, I'm just glad you're in the building, bro. Let's go ahead and get some comments here from social media. We got our man HC Hardy. I'm gonna pop my regulation glasses on so I can read because y'all mock me if I misstated. So I'm going to put them on here. He says, 18th birthday, only guys from Atlanta know. He said, got my first Cadillac. Oh, snap. And finally allowed to get my MC Hammer finger waves and Atlanta Braves starter coat. And finished off the night at Sharon Showcase. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Okay. I remember
Sharon
those starter coats.
I'm going to leave that alone right now. Listen, I'm going to let you guys take the floor here. We're going to let you guys handle it for a second. I have to step off. There's some urgent things going on in the background. All right, go ahead, guys.
Well, what's going on, Deshaun? Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. So let's get started off with that. Listen, this is starting off with the hometown team in the Atlanta Hawks. Returning back home now from a 6-game West Coast road trip. Definitely needed and necessary to come away with being on adding 2 numbers to the left side of the result column. Now that they are back on the East Coast, going 0-6 on that West Coast. A lot of people are going to get it twisted. Listen, they played some very good teams. They didn't play, the Pelicans and the Kings and none of those. They played some dominant teams. The Warriors is one of the best teams in the NBA, probably got the best record. They're somewhere near the top. The Phoenix Suns just competed for an NBA championship not even a whole year ago. Utah Jazz was the number 1 seed as well. They've played them twice in the last, probably 5 or 6 games. So it's It's been a grind for the Hawks, but this is what was expected. When people say, you're going to be highlighted on people's calendars and circled on people's calendars now, and people going to be coming for you. So it's totally different now that you're the hunted instead of being the hunter, and you got that big red, Target logo, bullseye on your back now. People start coming for your head, and it looks a little different, but I think ultimately they're going to grow from it, and they'll be just fine. So these next 3 games, they got Boston up next on tomorrow. Happy birthday to my sister, by the way. Turning another year, flipping the chapter on tomorrow. They got Boston coming up tomorrow at home. They're already 2-0. Following that, they've got Charlotte at home, and they've got Oklahoma City at home. So maybe they can make that 5 games in a row at home to complete a winning streak before they go back out west to play against the San Antonio Spurs.
That sounds great. And happy early birthday to your sister. Great person, a day apart. And what I know that I love that the Hawks are defending home court. We know how important that is, especially if we're blessed to get into the playoffs, which I think that we will be. How important do you think that will be in the future? And then my second question is, when we watched them play the Milwaukee Bucks, the defending champions, I was very impressed. I was happy with the defense that I saw them playing. But what do you think about what they showed from that game and their defense for going forward?
Yeah, I think that, defending home court, the first part that you mentioned, the head coach and Nate McMillan has alluded to and mentioned multiple times that that is the main goal. That is the focus. That's the dream, goals, aspirations that they have for this team. I mean, you guys, anybody, of course, they're going to say a championship. That's all of the teams. But the realistic goals for a lot of these guys is going to be getting home court advantage in the playoffs. And that's not something that they had coming into the postseason on last year. And that opportunity is still there. It is available. It is reachable. It is a goal that can be achieved. And even more so, I think it's something that they can do. Defensively, they are going to have to get better. One of the things that I took away from the West Coast road trip is the bench was outscored by the opposition in all 6 of those games. So I would like to be one that see Sweet Lemon Pepper Lou out there a little bit more often, because he's not just a guy that is expected to come in and give immediate and instant offense and contribution production for this team, but because he is one of the, let me find a very reverend like word here, one of the elder statesmen of the team, his expectations for when the guys are on the road or maybe even at home and getting flustered and getting frustrated, he's the guy to step in. He has all the experience. He's the veteran leader to calm heads, group the guys together, bring them together, make them realize what's all at stake right now, and to keep your heads, keep your composure, and just kind of be the extension of the coach on the floor and control the pace. And so that's something that I would like to see a little bit more defensively. They've got to be better. They've been better the last couple of days, but you got to play every team like you're playing the Milwaukee Bucks, who put you out of the postseason. And I think that's something that's going to be very key. Nate McMillan is a big-time defensive coach, as he was a defensive player, and they're going to have to start channeling their inner defensive anchorship the way that they did in the postseason.
Hey, Deshaun, let me ask you this question. Okay, I'm gonna put you as the head coach right now. You're Nate McMillan. You fired him, okay? Or you say you're interning right now. Okay, there was a point in time where the Hawks lost 6 straight games. Okay, now in order to get to where they want to be, beyond where they were last year, they cannot go back and have another 6-game losing streak. You're talking to the team right now. What are you going to tell them that they need to do to make sure that they do not go through a 6-game losing streak again?
One game at a time. And I know that sounds cliche, very original, but that's all we really can do. Just like all of us, even in the midst of a pandemic, we're all taking life one day at a time. And so essentially that's just something that you have to do. Continue to treat all of your opponents equal. Don't lock in so much on we're not getting the recognition that we deserve even after we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, or, maybe we're being overlooked and people still disrespecting us. Continue to keep that chip on your shoulder. continue to play with that edge, and remember those things that people said negatively about you, and keep the expectation level in terms, just for me, maybe not necessarily.
Well, here's a big question from social media. Todd just wants to know, hey, man, are the Hawks making the playoffs or no? I guess that's a big question. Everybody wants to know, are the Hawks going to make the playoffs or not? What do you guys think? Tree, I'll go to you. You think they'll make it?
I think they will make it.
Tyrone?
I'm a big yes.
Oh, Tree's not finished. Hold on a second. Go back. Yep.
Oh, no, I'm finished. I was just saying I'm a big yes.
Tyrone, what do you think?
Like I just asked Deshaun, if they're going to make the playoffs, they cannot have a 6-game losing streak again.
Yeah, there's no question. When you look at this team, the biggest thing, and I keep asking the same question, I'll ask Deshaun again. Everybody keeps saying no, but I'm just wondering, man, does this team need some help in the paint? Or do we just have to wait for Congu to come back and for Clint, apparently he was last night, to be at full strength?
Well, some of the things that they don't have, though, Rev, outside of that is the experience on what it's like to come off of being successful in the playoffs. They just reached a height that they've never reached before in the history of the franchise. So they don't have the experience. Plus, the guys are still really young, pun intended, one of them being Trey. So with that, do they need the help in the front court? Absolutely. I mean, Gorgie Jang is not exactly what people expected or needs him to be to fill in the role of somebody like a Onyeka Okongwu, who's expected to be back in January, although he wants to push it up a little earlier into December for his birthday. But even for a guy like a Delon Wright, who is questionable if he's the right answer or not, pun intended. I'm not sure that he's the guy that I feel very confident in saying that he's anything beyond a game manager, if I'm just being honest. That is where you start to insert guys like Lou Williams. This isn't a team that has experience in that, and that's not making an excuse for it, but it looks a little bit different when guys are, the opposition is starting to key in on you and get excited for your matchups. This isn't about, oh, we're going to go to Atlanta and it's Monday night. We're going to hit up Magic City and get some lemon pepper Lou wings. By the way, we got a basketball game to play tomorrow. This isn't that anymore. And the team has to also not understand but overstand what they're up against and be ready to take on all challengers. So the backcourt, there are some questions. The front court, there is some questions that need to be answered for sure. But they have the depth in order to do it. They have the talent from start to finish, from the first guy all the way down the bench to the 12th guy. And so when you have something like that, I think that you can utilize. The question isn't about if they can put the ball in the basket. The question is exactly what you're talking about on the defensive end. And the reality is just that they have to be better. I grew up understanding and learning. Somebody took me under their wing and said, offense sells tickets. Offense wins games, but defense wins championships. You don't start out games by playing offense first and then the defense comes later. No, you start out by playing defense and the offense follows suit. And that's just something that this team has to do if they want to be successful, much like last year.
The match is last question. Oh, go ahead.
And I was just saying, hear you. Go ahead, Tyrone.
That's just last question again, Deshaun. Again, you're the head coach. And like you said, the guys are young. Okay. So every team has superstars, and superstars have to step up. So if you're talking to Trae Young, what are you telling Trae Young right now? You're telling Trae, you're sitting him down. You got them all coming to your office, your top dogs. What are you telling them you need from them this season?
Right Keep now, grinding. Keep hustling.
What are you telling Trae Young?
I'm telling them to keep grinding, keep continuing to lead this team, not just to focus on the things you're already good, definitely perfect the things that you're already good at, and in the process, try to get better at the things that you're not so good at. We've seen that from him, his mid-range jump shot, trying to get more guys involved in the offense and swinging the ball around and just orchestrating that, being a coach on the floor, being an extension of the coach. And that's just for Trae. Everybody has their own individual agendas, but I think ultimately something that this team needs to do is continue to try and be confident. Important piece is making sure that Cam Reddish is confident, make sure that guys are taking the proper steps towards being successful, taking care of your bodies, eating right, just playing the game the right way. I think that's one of the more important things. Don't get lost in the shuffle of, people cutting corners and doing all these other things. Head coach Nate McMillan always talks about playing as a unit, playing as a fist, playing together. And I think that that's ultimately something that will help this team because the reality is that there's some things that this team doesn't have. I think one of those things is kind of like that edge, that edgy player. When you start talking about some of the successful teams, the Dennis Rodman, the boisterous
That's the
vocal
point.
players, the Marcus Smarts, the Draymond Greens, they don't have that in this locker room.
That's
I
my
call it I call it a lot of players on the roster that come from two-parent households, but that's another conversation.
point.
All I say is this, just make sure that you're locked in and laser focused on being better each day. And I think that's something that this team will do. And as long as that they do that, they can continue to climb that ladder to achieve everything that they want to.
And I say this, and that's my point. That's what I was trying to get at. Every successful team, especially like I said, the teams I've been on, football, basketball, they all the same. Meaning the experience is different. Basketball, football, baseball, soccer, they all have different experiences, but the principle is the same. You got to have them people in your locker room that step up, man. You got to tell them, hey, such and such, I need this out of you. You got to be this person here. You got to be the one to go over and get into everybody else's butt. You got to be the one that is the fire starter for this defense. We can't come in there all, okay, hey, let's all, walk together. No, man, you got to have certain dudes on that team, like you said with Dennis Rodman. I'm pretty sure Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan said, Dennis, we just need you to rebound your butt off. That's all you do. Get in there. We don't need you to shoot. We need you to rebound. So that's what I say great teams have, man. They have that person, and whether it's Clint Capella, whether it's John Collins, you have a role. Just do your job, man. And we're going to have one Batman and everybody else going to be Robins and counterparts or whatever. We can't have everybody 5 Batmans. We're going to have one Batman and everybody else. So that's what I was trying to allude to. That's where I see the Hawks. Got to find that person who is that guy.
And that's what it comes down to is the accountability like you're talking about. You mentioned a guy like Dennis Rodman. I want to say this real quick because it's something that's very important. I remember when they were going to acquire Dennis Rodman, and a lot of people had questions because of the character and because of who Dennis Rodman is. They came to Michael Jordan about it, and I remember vividly, he said, go and get Dennis. Well, we're worried about this, and we're worried about that. Dennis being Dennis. He said, I'll take care of Dennis. Dennis, you go and be whoever you need to be. But in between these 94 feet long by 50 feet wide, in between these lines, we need you to do these things. And we know that you're going to be the best at being these things. Be who you are on the outside of that. But in here, this is what we need you to do. And this is what we need you to be. By the way, Brother Poole, you got to let me see if I can borrow one of those Super Bowl trophies in the back, man. I got some mortgage I need to pay off.
Go ahead, man. As long as you have it back by Friday.
Well, I'm gonna say about these Hawks is this, man. They just it's real simple. They got to play with energy. I mean, the difference is there's 2 home games. They came back and started playing the way they're playing before. Okay, they're back with a chip on the shoulder. Trey was much more efficient with his shooting. I mean, that's also been the big key. Those first 5 or 6 games outside of the first game against that they won big against Dallas. I mean, he was not shooting the way he had been shooting last year, but he's been extremely efficient these last 5 games, especially these last 2 games, has made all the difference in the world to me. And like you said, playing with that attitude, getting John Collins engaged with those alley-oops, and with him saying, even that move on Giannis, he's like, I can't dunk on you, bro. I'm going to go like a Dr. J thing on you. That's what they need. They have to play with that type of intensity, that type of energy, because the team – cannot win and go where they need to go without intensity. They can't take any days off because, as Tyrone will tell you, once you get to the playoffs or become a champion, everybody's got their A game for you every single week. Let's go to social media real quickly here and take a look here. We got here H.C. Hardy. He said, with the evolution of Lonzo Ball in Chicago, do you think it would be better fit with the Lakers as a distributor than Westbrook? And would you make a trade if you got an offer that you couldn't refuse? But before we do that, he's also said, hey, to be a great leader, you must first learn how to follow. And like Mr. Poole said, it's time for the real leader to show himself with the Hawks. So, I mean, it looks like everybody's on that same page, but we'll go around the panel real quick. What do you think about that question about Lonzo Ball to the Lakers for Westbrook? Deshaun, before you take off, what do you think about that? And would you do it?
I don't know. I mean, listen, probably not. I think that you had your opportunity with Lonzo Ball, and You know, when you made that decision, you knew what Lonzo Ball could potentially turn into. I still think that Westbrook is obviously a really good player in this league. I mean, they're still getting adjusted. Lonzo Ball's on a team that he's spent more than a year with already, or almost a year with. Obviously, a new team. Both of them on new teams, rather. So let me back up on that. But when talking about somebody like Westbrook, both of these guys, they're both making new adjustments. Lonzo Ball's in the perfect situation. He's never been out of California before. He played in high school, okay? Played with the LA Lakers, played in New Orleans, obviously. He's just now starting to become his own person on the upward trajectory of his career. Maybe this is the perfect market and the perfect situation with him. Everybody develops differently. I mean, it's going to be pretty far-fetched and hard for me to imagine giving up somebody of the type of player that a Russell Westbrook is, depending on what it is that you need him to be for your team. I think that's where you have to have a little bit more overstanding, if you will, with that type of player.
Well, as usual, guys, before we let Deshaun go, our man Todd, he said he has the answer for improved Hawks play. He said maybe the other players on the team should shimmy as well. The whole team should be shimmering. That's so.
Yeah, I can't tell you that I'm in love with that. I can't tell you I'm in love with that idea. But before I get out of here, Rev, because I didn't want a tree to think that I didn't bring a birthday gift with me. So I want to make sure that I do my part, because that's just called being a gentleman. So I want to make sure that I can. Let me see if I can pull it. It'll be just my luck that everything falls over off of the. There we go. I just wanted to make sure. So I brought my little gift with me, my nutcracker. So this is for Miss Tree. I just wanted to make sure that I could be able. It's just a reminder. It's nothing more than a reminder. We got those Buckeyes coming up this weekend. So listen, thank you so much for having me, Rev. Tree, happy birthday to you. It's a blessing. It's an honor to be on here with you as well. Every year older. A lot of people didn't wake up this morning, so just being thankful and grateful. And Brother Poole, you know what it is, man. I appreciate you per usual, as always, and I love seeing you on this platform every single week, man, and you're doing a phenomenal job. Rev, you're doing a great job as well, man, and I appreciate you for you guys. That's for you right there, Tree.
Okay. All right, now before you go, you know how we do it, brother. We like everybody to know where they can find you, social media, website. So, Deshaun Tate, Basketball Savant, the floor is yours.
At Tate's Take Hoops on the Twitter, TATES TAKEHOOPS. We like to call it the best, the most informative, the most informational, educational basketball content on the planet in the form of a podcast. Find it anywhere you find your favorite podcast, at Tate's Take Hoops, where basketball lives.
Wow, you might get banned for bringing Sparty in like that, bro.
No, I like it. Hey, Sparty.
Okay, well, I forgot. I can't do this on her birthday. She has the right to root for as many teams from Michigan as she wants at the same time. It's her birthday day. You can root for Eastern Michigan.
I'll give her a pass. I'll give her a pass just this once, Rev, just as long as she don't make it no habit.
I'm just saying.
Well, thank you, Deshaun. And you have been seeing number 23 out there on defense. I'm just saying, Darius Snow is doing his thing out there.
Definitely is.
There we go.
He's starting on.
Sean, we appreciate you, brother. God bless.
All right, Sean.
All right, guys, don't go nowhere. We'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show, talking some football. Yeah, we're having a good time here at Manuel's Tavern. This is pretty cool. I'm out here. Y'all should be out here, man. I got to get me a beverage. I mean, like a regular beverage. Okay.
Yeah, and then don't forget, I have an update about my nonprofit.
Oh, that's right, because as you know, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Okay, guys, we'll be right back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show. Keep it locked right here for more good stuff.
Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports.
What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. Let me grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here to watching and listening to the Real Talk Sports Show as we broadcast you live from Manuel's Tavern here in the Virginia Highlands in Midtown Atlanta. Great place here. These guys have been around for years and years and years. So we're just excited to be out here with the Atlanta Film Society doing some networking and hobnobbing, all that kind of good stuff. But it's great to be out in the middle of it. I am, in fact, you got no mask on because I'm nowhere near nobody. I'm in a corner in the booth in the dark in the back. So you don't have to worry about me. You can hear the noise, but I'm nowhere near the action. And, of course, right next to me is the birthday girl, the queen, Miss Tree Dolman. Happy birthday to her. Look at that beautiful smile. And, of course, we have the champion who's feeling some kind of way because his former team, the Patriots, are coming to town on Thursday. Mr. Tyrone Poole. All right, guys.
Falcons now.
Good. All right, we're doing good. So we're going to give some shout-outs here. High school football, first week of the playoffs has been now in the books. So we want to give a shout-out to the teams in our area that made it. Then Clayton County, Lovejoy made it into the playoffs, as Jonesboro, who's one of our main crew, they made it to the playoffs as well. Also, we had South Atlanta, which is right up the road, just across the line into Fulton County, but they made the playoffs as well. And big shout out to Creekside High School, also down here in the south side in Fulton County. They made the playoffs. Now, unfortunately, our Jonesboro Cardinals ran into a buzzsaw when they went down to Warner Robins, losing that game 64-20. It was 34-20 at the end of the half, and then they were shut out 30-0 in the second half. But, again, kudos to Coach Timothy Floyd for getting his guys in the playoff. I think this is the third consecutive year. So kudos to him. And kudos to the guys that won, like Lovejoy, pulled off a victory on the road. South Atlanta, now 10-1 rolling. They had a big victory at home. And also Creekside had a big victory at home as well. So shout-outs to all the South Metro teams that are doing some big things. And, big shout-out to Luella High School rolling. They won big at home as well. So big shout-out to all of those guys. Well, guys, like I said, we're doing a short show tonight, so we're going to kind of maybe bypass college football and get right to the NFL. And when
are we doing my nonprofit spotlight?
Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm going to bring him to the stage. This is the man that is our insider. He's not just our insider. He's also insider for 92.9 The Game, and he's also the beat writer for the Falcons for AJC Sports. He is an award-winning sports journalist and Esquire par excellence. You know what I'm talking about. The one and only D. Orlando Ledbetter is in the building. D. Led, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Reverend Jonathan. Thanks for having me on the show tonight. Hello to Miss Tree and Tyrone this evening. Thanks for having me.
Hi, D. Led.
Well, D. Led, speaking of the Queen, it's her birthday today, sir. It is the Queen's birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a great 21st birthday.
Thank you, D-Led.
Well, since it is her birthday here, she does so much stuff in and around Atlanta, and she has a great nonprofit that she wants to tell you a little bit about. So, Tree, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you. I'll be quick because I don't want to take up Falcon time. But I just wanted everyone to know that this coming Saturday, the 20th, my nonprofit organization, Making a Better Me Incorporated, along with partnership of Friendship Baptist Church, we are giving out 100 turkeys and trimmings to 100 families, and the kids of the families will get drawstring bags. I just want to ask if anybody wants to come and volunteer, or if anybody wants to donate for turkeys or anything, you can go to my website, makingabetterme.org, to see and to sign up to volunteer. Or if you know any families that are in need of any turkey meals, they can also go to the website to fill out the form, and then we can get a box to them if anybody is in need. So please check out our website, makingabetterme.org. And thank you to everybody who has helped in some type of way. Thank you to Jonathan for donating. Thank you to Tyrone for getting me in connection with someone that can do our sweatshirts. So everybody has just been so awesome. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Well, again, I'm privileged, ladies and gentlemen, to know that I was one of the first donators on the site. So I hope you guys all will join me. If you can't do it in person, obviously, to be a part of the turkey giveaway, please, the website's up and active. Send the money, and that's all going to go towards making sure that families are fed and having a happy Thanksgiving. And it's a good way for you to say happy birthday to the Queen. So, guys, go ahead and hit the website one more time, Tree, please. So we have the name. Is it? You tell everybody the name one more time.
MakingABetterMe.org.
MakingABetterMe.org. Let me figure out to have it. Bam! I got it right there, baby. I was ready. All right, we're thankful again to you and all the good stuff that you do. Let's go to social media one more time, and then we're going to get D-Led on the building because he is on a tight schedule tonight. Okay, so right off the rip, Todd asked you a question, D-Led. He says, how can we not come to the conclusion that the Falcons have quit on the coaches? The game was pathetic. They quit. Let me put it up there. That's what it is. I mean, I don't think so, but okay. D-Led, what are your thoughts?
They didn't quit. They were playing hard. They were just playing a team that was a lot better than them. They had 4 receivers, and the Falcons had 1 cornerback. So 3 guys were open all day long. So, there was a better team that they played. They could have did some things better. He knew he couldn't play man. Somebody got hurt, and then they had to switch out their zone. They were messing up the zone, so then he went and played man anyway, knowing he couldn't check the receivers. So, the coaching and being, outclassed personnel-wise is what really happened down in Dallas.
Yeah, really it seemed like, and the coach talked about this, and Matt said the same thing, it seemed like the first 2 drives, once again, the Falcons pattern not coming up with the ability to score a touchdown in the red zone, and then kind of a foolhardy gamble with a 4th and 7 to not either try to long field goal or to punt. And after that, soon as the wheels came off.
Yeah, no question about it, Reverend. I understood why they didn't, why they went for it. I mean, they were playing the number 1 ranked offense in the league. You were going to have to keep up with them, so I'm fine with that. The first 15 plays were hot. They were on script. Once he got off script, Dan Quinn was 2 steps ahead of him for the next couple drives there. They couldn't get anything going, whereas the defense couldn't get off the field. So it was a full, all-out beatdown. Nobody quit. That's offensive to say a pro football player quit. That's some high school little league stuff. So that's disrespectful to the game. I've never seen a pro football player quit. I've seen a football player lose and get beat. I saw Avery Williams falling down trying to chase CeeDee Lamb around, but I didn't see him quit.
Yeah, I think Tyrone's not in agreement on that.
Oh, 1,000%. I agree exactly with D-Led. A professional, man, you never quit. That's something like D-Led said, high school stuff. And even high school, you better not quit because you got college scouts looking at you. So, I've never experienced that. And that's not even in my vocabulary, quit.
Well, as usual, Todd, I wish I had my shades here, but I don't have them right now. Once again, he's just throwing all kinds of shade and mud. He says, D-Led, these are professionals. As you like to tell us, down 33 at the half. Come on, something is wrong. Look, at the end of the day, Tyrone, unfortunately, I don't think you've experienced it too often, but they had other players that come on and talk about this. There are times where somebody just has your number, and once things start going south, that's it. You're done because think about it. We've had beatdowns in Super Bowls. In Super Bowls, teams that got blown out. Come on now.
And I'm glad you said that, Jonathan, and I'm glad, that question is coming up because there are points in the game where, like they say, momentum shifts, and someone can have your number, especially if they have studied you very well. And I'm not just saying it because I played with the Patriots and all that, but I'm using it as an example. I remember one year, I'll be very quick with this, and we're running low on time, and I want to ask D-Led a couple of questions, but we played the Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning was the quarterback. They had Edgerrin James, running back, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. We were up on those jokers 24-10 going into halftime. They come back, and from somewhere the momentum shifted, and they put up like 21 unanswered points. Now, we were able to pull it out at the end with a great goal line stance, but nobody quit on our team. It's just that they, for some reason, made some changes, and it took us a little bit of time to catch on to what they were doing. And, so that's how the game happens. So it's constantly, every play. That's how fast that game moves. And if you don't make the right corrections at the right time, they're going to put up 14 more points. You still over there trying to draw it up, they don't put up 14 more points. So, that game, it's quick, man. It's very quick.
D-Led, what are some of the things you think they can do to kind of try to right the ship against a red-hot Patriot team on Thursday, short rest?
Yeah, well, they're going to have to play their zone defenses better, make sure they pass the people off, not let them sit into zones where they've been vacated.
The drill.
Those
yes, sir. That sounds good. And then
those are going to be some of the key.
Honey mustard, balsamic vinaigrette, raspberry vinaigrette, ranch, blue cheese, Italian.
Who's ordering?
Hold on. Hang on. Hey, guys, we're doing live from Manuel's Tavern. I'm going to turn the camera here for a second here. There's my server. All right, he's trying to make sure I get my order in. So I'm going to get the salmon salad, and I'll get some chicken tenders from my buddy. So that's it. So, all right.
Okay.
Let me add D-Led quick. D-Led.
Okay.
Now, we know that the Falcons are struggling playing man-to-man. And we know that there's different types of zones that you can play. There's the fire zone. That's kind of like with Pittsburgh. When everybody think about the fire zones, it's like what Pittsburgh plays. They play a lot of fire zones. And then you got your regular zones. You being in that meeting room, where are the Falcons? Like, what are they trying to play more of? Is it more fire zones? Because that gets pressure, but it also keeps your back end from getting beat deep, but everybody got to know where to play in the zones. Or are they just playing regular basic zones, cover 3, a regular cover 3, a regular traditional 3, traditional cover 4? What are the Falcons doing?
I'm seeing a lot of double high safety stuff, 2 deep, cover 2, and quarters. That's what I'm seeing. But he will try to bring some pressure and out of some fire zones, out of that 3-4. But the problem is that leaves you in man, and the pressure isn't getting there. On the CeeDee Lamb touchdown, Dion gets picked up by Zeke, and Zach just got all the time in the world to wait and pick up, let CeeDee Lamb make a double move to get open in the corner there. So, they're just it's not working together. They don't have the people to run this thing yet. But they're trying, and it looks good at times, but at other times it looks real bad. It looked real bad last week.
Now, Todd, I'm not going to order you a burger just before we go on. I'm not bringing anybody no food. So don't put the go orders with me. That's not happening. Okay, just so you know. All right, go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say. Now, I looked at like when I kind of like broke down a little bit of the Falcons, especially with Fabian, number 22. What I saw a lot when they played the New Orleans Saints, right? What I saw was not getting beat on athletic ability. What I saw was they were getting beat not knowing what the defense is, not knowing where your strength is. When you know you got help on the inside, play more heavy on the outside. It goes back to like D-Led said, with the high school would quit. What I'm talking about is just common knowledge from even in high school. They say if the receiver has more green grass to the outside of you, more than likely he gonna run a route to the outside. But what I saw just in the Saints game, because I actually broke that one down, because I did a film study on it. They didn't get beat. Fabian didn't get beat on talent. He got beat on alignment. Alignment. And if he had adjusted his alignment, he would have made a play on that ball. So my thing is with the Falcons, I think if they go back and study a little bit more, where are the strengths, who's helping them, what they can allow and what they can't allow, I think that right there changes everything.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tyrone. And I think, Fabian's a young man who's starting for the first time. He's been a special teams guy all his career. So I'm sure they are noticing those errors of his ways and trying to fix them because, they don't have anybody else. They cut all the cornerbacks. So they elected to hitch their wagon to him. So they got to coach him up and fix these mistakes that he's making.
Yeah.
Tree, what are your comments? Any comments about the defense, what you've seen, or what do you think about our Falcons? What can they turn this thing around?
I don't think they'll turn around this season. We definitely have to rebuild with some different positions, but I do agree with what Tyrone was saying about studying a little more, because as he made a good point, if you are studying and if you're in the right position and you run the right route or defense or protect the right side of the ball from studying certain players and different plays that they run, then yeah, we will see where we will get more stops on defense and even some interceptions, which I think would be awesome. But I don't think that they will turn it around this season, but we'll see. Who knows?
Well, I got a quick question, D-Les, as we get towards the end. It's actually Todd's putting the question up the same way. The young gentleman, I can't pronounce his name, that seemed like he's playing pretty well. I guess he's a Hawaiian guy, the Mauro Mucci, you can pronounce it. I'll mangle his name up. But why did the Falcons release him? I mean, he basically is their sack leader. He has 2 sacks.
Yeah, Jacob Tuita Mariner.
That's it.
Yeah, he no longer he didn't fit the 3-4. He put on too much weight. He couldn't play the outside linebacker spot and drop in coverage. And then he wasn't big enough to play the he was an 0-4-3 end that the Falcons previous administration had. And so they tried to convert him into a 3-4 outside linebacker who had never dropped in coverage before. So that didn't look good at times. Yeah, he had a little pass rush to him, but the new coaches wanted guys that can go forward and backwards so they can kind of keep you off guard. So, yeah, I was surprised that he got cut because, if you could play, you keep the good players, and find something, ask them to do something they can do as opposed to, making this a scheme thing and, throwing people out based on scheme. They should have just kept as many good players as they had and played whatever they need to play for a year until they got people that can fit the scheme that they're trying to play.
Yeah, to me, it looks more like, the same thing that we saw with Dan Quinn. You're trying to put these, square pegs in the round holes. And, it's everybody talks about each week about the good coaches being able to put their players in positions to win, positions to do the best they can with the talents they have. And it just seems like over the last few years, the Falcons coaching staff has not been able to do that. They have, at least consistently. We've seen spurts, but they just haven't seemed to be able to get a situation where they're maximizing the talents of what they got. Because,
I don't know now. Yeah, Dan Quinn, he got the game ball last week. So he seemed to know how to put his players in position.
Yeah, he put them players in position last week.
Right.
They had 10 block passes and 3 interceptions. They knew where the ball was going to be at last week.
Look, man, this was like watching the Bucs when they played the Raiders in the Super Bowl and John Gruden with the Bucs. I mean, all those guys were talking about John Lynch. They kind of knew the plays when they're being called. And, I mean, the guy coached Matt Ryan for 4 years. He knows, even though it's a new coach, he kind of knows what Matt likes and dislikes. I mean, I kind of almost discount that Cowboy game. I knew that wasn't going to be close because, Quinn knows Ryan. All right, last thing here, Todd. Yeah, I told you, man, you better go get a burger at the house. And I don't know if Coach Pease needs a burger or not, but bottom line is that I'm about to get mine and do what we got to do. Well, D-Lay, listen, man, I know you got to pack up and go to another show. I just want to say something real quick here. I really appreciate you squeezing us in here because literally, for those of you guys don't know, he does a segment with 92.9 The Game right before he comes on here, and he's got another segment to do when he leaves here. And then the game is on Thursday on the Discover 9 on 9 on Wednesday. So, D-Led, big shout out to you. Let people know where they can find out more about you, social media, and the website, because the floor is yours.
Thank you, Reverend. You can find me on Twitter at DOrlandoAJC, and you can find all our coverage on AJC.com and our Facebook page, Atlanta Falcons News Now. Thanks for having me, Reverend.
There you go. I like that frame. It looks good. That black backdrop right there, the purple and gold.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I
that's
tell you
nice.
why, guys. Because listen, go to his page because he was full throttle with the Qs the other night. So if y'all want to see D-Leg get down,
Hit
check
it,
him out there.
D-Leg. Come on, D-Leg. Where that, man? Where is it? Let's see it.
There it is. There it is. All right. D-Leg, man, we appreciate you, man. God bless. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, D-Leg.
All right.
All right. Tyrone Poole, the floor is yours.
Oh, man. Hey, Tyrone Poole 38 on all social medias. Tyrone Poole 38 on all social medias.
There you go.
Enjoy
I'll
it.
step slow.
Everybody have a great night.
There you go. Step slow, but I finally got him. All right, Tyrone. Appreciate you, man.
All
All right,
man.
the birthday girl, the queen, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. You can find me at It's Latresa on all social media, as well as Ms. America International 2021.
Okay, so we got changed to 2021, right? We got to
Yes.
get that. We get that straightened out. All right, guys. Again, we appreciate you. For those of you who want to follow me, first of all, one more big shout out to the folks at Manuel's Tavern, a legendary tavern and sports. I guess it'll be a sports grill down here at the Highlands in Midtown Atlanta. Thank God for them for hosting the Atlanta Film Society's event here. They do a monthly event of networking. All right, guys, if you want to follow me and follow the show, you check me out. Send me an email at jsimmons@realtalksports.net. You can call me on the cell, 678-410-9833. If you got a great story, a student, a coach that's doing some good stuff in the world of sports and also off the field, love to have them on. You can follow me and the show on social media at Real Talk Sports 7 or follow me personally at Minister J. Sim. That's where I am, a real live minister. So before I go, I'm going to ask you, do you know the Lord Jesus Christ as your personal Savior? Do you have that relationship with God? If you don't, I'm going to tell you, please, man, please, sir, get to know him today. Why? Nobody loves you like Jesus. Not your mom, not your auntie, not your babe, not your boo, your BFF. Nobody loves you like him because why? He made you and he died for you. But he rose from the dead with this majestic gift that is salvation. So he paid the one-time penalty for all of your sins, past, present, and future. If you believe in him, believe that he rose from the dead with that gift for you, two things happen. Number one, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, and you become an adopted child of God with all the rights therein, which means you can now call God of the universe your father. And you get to go to a happy place called heaven where there's no pain, no pandemic, no more dying, no more crying. Everything beautiful and sunny. The city adorned with jewels. Even the streets are paved with gold. It's so pure, it's translucent. And you get away from that nasty place called hell, where all the things that are in heaven won't be in hell. So it'll be dark, it'll be stinky, it'll be bad people everywhere. And most of all, you'll be separated from God and Jesus Christ forever and a day. I don't know about you, but I like option number one versus option number two. All right, Queen, one more time. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And everybody, God bless you and have a sensational rest of your evening. So long.